The HOA fined me $250,000 for violations on my own property. What they didn't realize was that I owned the very ground beneath their entire neighborhood. It all started years ago when I inherited a massive piece of land from my grandfather. A portion of it had been leased out decades earlier for the development of a neighborhood. Homes went up, an HOA was formed, and life carried on. I never interfered. People thought it was theirs, but legally, the land still belonged to my family. Everything changed the day I opened a letter from the HOA. They claimed I had broken their rules, parking violations, landscaping issues, even storing construction equipment where I shouldn't. The penalty? A staggering $250,000. At first, I thought it was a clerical mistake. How could they fine me for something on my land? But no, it was intentional. The HOA president, infamous in the neighborhood for bullying residents, was behind it. She insisted my property was under their jurisdiction. What she didn't know was that their homes, roads, and common areas all sat on long-term leases arranged by my grandfather. In short, they never owned it. I did. Instead of reacting right away, I stayed quiet. I wanted to see how far they'd go. Within weeks, their threats escalated. More letters arrived. They talked about liens, foreclosures, and seizing assets. The president strutted around bragging that she'd make an example out of me. She believed I was a helpless holdout who'd eventually cave. But the truth? I didn't need to fight. The law was already on my side. Still, I spent weeks preparing every deed, survey, and legal agreement my family had saved. By the time their lawyer officially filed a lawsuit against me, I was ready. When the court date arrived, the HOA members packed the room, smirking as though victory was already theirs. The president sat proudly in the front, her attorney waving HOA bylaws like they were ironclad. Then it was my turn. My attorney calmly presented a binder thick with records, documents proving beyond doubt that the land under their entire neighborhood was mine. Their governing documents held no authority over me, because they had no land to govern. The judge flipped through page after page, then leaned back and asked the question that shattered everything. If the defendant owns the land beneath your neighborhood, by what authority do you believe you can fine him? The HOA's lawyer stammered. The president froze. The courtroom, once buzzing with smug confidence, went dead silent. Within minutes, the case was dismissed. But it didn't stop there. We countersued for harassment, defamation, and legal costs. By the end, the HOA wasn't just humiliated, they were ordered to pay damace. Word spread quickly. Neighbors realized the powerful HOA was built on smoke and mirrors. Their president, once feared, became a symbol of arrogance and failure.